Good morning to you, Mr. Hancock.
Good morning, how are you?
Very well, thank you. I've just been looking across social media this morning. You'll have seen that James Cleverly's thrown his hat into the ring today, so lots of Tory people tweeting this morning. One of them, Dominic Raab. He's just tweeted your pledge, your clean campaigning pledge, signed by Dominic Raab, yourself, Sajid Javid. I'm just looking at that top one there that caught my attention. I will not speak ill of my fellow Conservatives. Then I pick up a copy of the Financial Times this morning, in which you have some very interesting language in reference to Boris Johnson, who once, it's alleged, said fiddlesticks to business. You can see what I did there. And in response, you've said, to the people who say fiddlesticks to business, I say fiddlesticks business. What the fiddlesticks is going on?
Well, I think that it's really clear. I will be very robust in making the case for what I believe in, and I believe very strongly that we need to support business to create jobs, because that is the source of prosperity for our country, and I think that the Conservative Party is nothing if we don't back business. We need to back business, not bash business. But I won't make this personal. I rate all of the different candidates who are standing, all of whom I know.
You did make it personal. And you're saying you're going to be very robust in you know, campaigning and about Brexit, but you're not being very robust in keeping your pledges already. That pledge was less than 24 hours old, and you've broken it.
No, on the contrary, I will be very robust in a policy debate, in debate about the language that we use, but I'm not going to make any personal attacks on people's personalities and undertake that sort of negative campaigning.
Hang on a second, you did. You said to the people who say fiddlesticks business, no. I say fiddlesticks to fiddlesticks business.
Because I am a very strong supporter of supporting our businesses, large and small, because that's where prosperity comes from, and we as a party need to be backing them in policy and in language. But you know, I like all of the candidates who are standing. I look forward to working with them. I very much hope that they will work for me as Prime Minister. But if one of them should win, then I'd be very happy to serve. There is an important difference. And in politics, it's really important we get this right. We must have robust debate. That's important. But we must do it about the issues. And the issue I was talking about is that I support business. OK, robust debate, but with no swear words, please. If you do make it to the live debates, particularly amongst the final tea here on Sky News, you'll have none of that language, please, Mr. Hancock. Would you support any candidate? Well, the FT is an adult newspaper, so...
OK, so you can use adult language. OK, let's talk about no deal. Would you support a candidate that supports no deal?
Well, I don't think that leaving the EU with no deal is a credible policy choice for whoever's Prime Minister, because the House of Commons has already stopped it once. You know, they changed the Constitution to stop it ahead of the 29th of March and passed a law against the government's wishes, which hasn't happened for hundreds of years. And the Speaker only yesterday made clear that, whether we like it or not, that he would allow the Commons to have its say again. Now, my view is that we need to leave the European Union with a deal on or before the 31st of October. I still think that is deliverable, and it's deliverable by making sure that we get a mandate to change and to deliver it so that Tory MPs come in behind a deal, and that we negotiate a different future agreement with the European Union.
How are you going to do that? Because your hashtag is Let's Move Forward. From what I can tell, reading about your leadership campaign, you're essentially backing Theresa May's deal. Or have I got that wrong? Do you think you can go back and renegotiate with EU leaders?
I think that they're very clear that we can have discussions about negotiate on the future arrangements. What the long-term relationship is with the EU. I tell you what they have been clear about. Jean-Claude Juncker said it's crystal clear that there will be no renegotiations. So how are you going to renegotiate? Of the withdrawal agreement. So there's two parts to this. The one is the agreement on which we actually leave the EU, and they say that they won't renegotiate that, and we shall see. But the other part where they're clear that they will negotiate is on the future arrangements, on what our long-term relationship with Europe is like. And that's the important one, ultimately, and that's what we need to get on to discussing, and they're up for that debate. So I think it's by making changes there that we can bring the Conservative Party together with a mandate, because whoever is elected, and I very much hope it will be me, whoever's elected will have the support of the Conservative Party, will have been through this big debate and come round a view, and we should back that view to deliver Brexit, and then, as I say, let's move forward.
OK, let's move forward and just talk about summing it up for people, because obviously there's a lot of words and people just want to know in a nutshell. Let's do a yes or no answer to no deal, yes or no.
Well, it's not a policy choice that's available.
OK, renegotiation.
Yes.
Second referendum.
No.
OK, fine. And I just want to ask as well, in terms of your job as Health Secretary, I spoke to you very passionately last week about social care and what you're going to do to help those people. What would you say to those families you made promises to, who you are essentially now leaving to try and get the top job?
Oh, well, as Prime Minister, I would absolutely ensure that this work continued and is strengthened. I mean, I've been deeply affected by talking to the families of those who are locked up in care, and in some cases they have to be, but in many cases,
OK, Mr. Hancock, we do have to leave it there, but you'll pledge to continue your promises, Prime Minister. Thank you.